By May 8th, 2025, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs, including me. And those of us that's been out here trying to find work again, it's basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design because there are over 100,000 women, Black women like me, who have the same story, who has applied for over 300 plus jobs and just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback. Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that has been more qualified for the job, even though my experience and my education fits the job description perfectly. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, this is the first time in a long time that I am actually starting to panic. I came from nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel, and I spent years building myself, educating myself, paying my way through college, going through a lot of experience to get to where I was in my career, for it just to be snatched away. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I am facing homelessness. I'm about to lose my car. I can't pay on my credit card, so my credit is about to take a severe hit. Dashing is not enough. It's just not enough money. There's so many people that are out here unemployed, just like me. There's a lot of us that are out there.
I've seen a lot of women delivering my food on DoorDash, and although I'm going to offer a few solutions, I will say that remember when y'all said y'all didn't need a man? Remember when I was saying that the women that were affected the most in the pandemic and 2008 crisis, or women were the most affected during those times, and y'all said that y'all was the most educated and everybody need to make sure that they watch out for y'all? You need us. You need us more than ever because men are survivalists. We figure it out. We make adjustments. We probably already had 2 to 3 jobs before we ever get laid off, and we understand that layoffs are a part of the game. Maybe you're not a cultural fit. Maybe you're not marketing yourself effectively. Maybe you don't understand how to interview correctly. It's a lot of things that can factor into it. But the fact of the matter is, y'all said that y'all was strong and y'all didn't need us. Remember that?
And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter moved here. And it just, as a mother, I'm panicking because she didn't ask for this. You know, there's no way that I can ask my 20-something-year-old daughter to care for her able-bodied mother who cannot find a job. I am trying to keep myself sane by humor, trying to keep myself busy with various things. But there's only so much that you can keep up the mask before you start breaking. And when you have come out of a situation that you don't want to go back to, it puts you in a it puts you in a mental state because I don't want to go back to homelessness. I don't want to go back to um I just don't want to go back to that. But and I thought I'd done everything I could to prevent that from happening again. I've lived on the streets before. I slept in parks before. I've walked the streets for hours when I used to be homeless. And that's why I worked so hard to put myself in a position to not go there again. But when an administration is targeting us, what do you do? I even got rejected for
It's Trump's fault now. So Trump is targeting black women, or did black women not put themselves in the right curriculums, education? See, this is why, because I feel empathy and sympathy, but then at the same time, when you start blaming the man, when you start blaming Trump, instead of blaming your skill set, instead of blaming what you got educated in, instead of blaming, you know, whatever it is, lifestyle choices that you made, instead of making sure that you had a second job, instead of blaming feminism, instead of blaming these fake jobs that they put y'all in order to try to make y'all seem like y'all was more productive than y'all really were, it's difficult. It's very difficult. And I'm going to put a link down in the description back to the content creator because I always like to give credit where credit is due. But it is very difficult to feel that way when people feel like they're a victim, instead of feeling as though they're a victim of their circumstance, a victim of their decisions, a victim of their choices. That's the biggest victim, is the person that's a victim of their choices.
I applied to be a cashier, a cook at a McDonald's, and the manager told me that I
Through
should be
experience.
ashamed of applying for that position because I would be taking that job from other people who doesn't have the experience as I do.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
give a
sound like y'all
damn
need
what
us.
kind of job it is. I'm just trying to work to keep my head afloat and to keep myself off the street. I have nobody. It's just me. And I had to prepare my daughter for what I see coming. And
Where's the father?
as long as she's okay, I don't I don't care about I do care about going back to the street. I don't want to go back to the street. Um, but as long as she's okay, then I know I'll be okay. As
Mm,
long as she has a roof over her head,
mm,
even if I don't have. And I think it's by design because every single job that I have applied for,
by design.
I can count on one hand of how many interviews that I've been to. And the interviews were stellar. I come out feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this, blah, blah, blah. To only get an email saying that, hey, we didn't choose you for the position, choose somebody else.
Or maybe
I
somebody was
even
just better
had
than you.
two interviews set up to where the interviewers didn't even show up. So, yeah.
I remember I posted a job publicly because usually I use my network to find the person that's best for the job. I posted a job publicly that started off at 109 an hour, not 109 an hour, 109 a year. Is it 108 or 109 a year? It was one of those two. Um, it was the equivalent of 9 grand a month, if I'm not mistaken. It was 108 a year. That's correct. It was 108 a year. And so many women turned their nose up. I don't want to do that. I'm too good for that. I'm too educated or whatever. I said, okay, no worries. And it was related to this. It was content. I probably still got the video up on a Millionaire Morning Show. It's pretty interesting. But let's continue.
And what is someone to do? What do they want us to do? Because it's like you're taking away, the administration is basically setting up these policies and stuff to where these companies are laying us off.
No, 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 no. The only thing the administration is doing is saying that we gonna compete, and there is no diversity, equity, and inclusion. You don't deserve a job just because you're a woman. You deserve the job because you would be the best person for the position, and there are no more requirements for just giving out handouts. Y'all, let me know what y'all think. I'll go over the rest of this video. I think it's a little bit more to it. I'll go over the rest of this video on the Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.